1, 2, 3, 4. I came across a drifting ship. I took a look inside. I found a note that someone wrote that said, take her for a ride. I set a course for sights unseen, went out to open sea. To my surprise, a bunch of sailors joined along with me. Now we're sailing on a mystery ship, and all the sailors here are really here. There isn't any constant membership. All that you gotta do is join our trip. Yeah, I'm the captain of the mystery ship, and I'm a-calling all aboard this trip. I'm really hoping that you'll enjoy it up on the mystery ship. So bring a friend and come along with us aboard the mystery ship.
There you have it, ladies and germs. The ship is out of the harbor. We're out of the harbor. Hard to believe. I didn't think we would set sail tonight. And it was just that, holy moly, just a busy, busy, busy day. I think, honestly, the closer you get to the holidays, the more, I don't know, frazzled you get. I mean, I'm trying to, hold down my job, which is trying enough in itself during a regular, normal week, and at the same time rustle up everything from, new contacts for my daughter, presents for my nephew, my sister's son. His birthday is today. I know he's not watching, but if he was, I would wish him a very, very happy 16th birthday. Matthew. Amazing. Just amazing. Trying to find, birthday presents for him as well as Christmas presents, and then wrap them and send them to LA. My mother's present, the present already arrived, but she hasn't received my card yet because they came under. It's just, I'm frazzled. I'm freaking. I like orderliness. I like things to be, check the boxes and go. This haphazard mayhem that I've been living is just, it's so not me. I mean, I talked to Mrs. Zoe earlier tonight. She was meeting up with her friend that she's going on her European trek with. And she's like, dude, take a deep breath, relax. And I'm like, I'm trying to get out of this freaking trailer. Yeah. You know what? Let's say hellos, because that's one of the things that it just makes the world go away. It makes the world go away. I'm going to say hello to Wabbit over there. I saw Wabbit and Susan Danielle and our Charlie and CB's daughter, who I ran into over the other night at my buddy Montegraph's place. Good to have you aboard over there. Oh, you're a list maker. Yeah, I've made a few lists in my day, CB. I promise. Good to see all of you over there. Mud Rapid, I hope you're doing wonderfully. Let's check in at Pilled. It looks like we've got a crowd at Pilled Foxhole. Jolene, what is cooking, Jojo? Yes. Jolene is here. Crazy Chuck with a K in the house. McDruid, good to have you. My body is a temple, old, crumbling, and haunted. I like it. I really like it. I do. Yes. Amethyst Cat checking in at Pilled Foxhole to say hello. Double D, I saw the SS Foxhole sailing on in. Tried to, I did listen in for a little bit to your show last night, buddy. I was just bushed. I was having internet problems last night. LT, how are you doing? Good to see you, my friend. Prayer Warrior Girl, PWG in the house, people. Yes, indeed. Oh, mammy. How wonderful. How wonderful to see these souls popping in, saying hello. I could have sworn I saw Sean Joe out there. Empress, bitch. Really had no intention of calling in, but everyone was so serious. Things took a turn. Hey. Yes. Empress, I'm thrilled to have the General Lee sitting there prominently displayed right next to Duska. Yes. Oh, mammy. So you called into Frank's show and I missed it? Son of a gun. I'm going to have to rewatch the show then. I didn't even get to see Frank's show tonight. It was so busy. So freaking busy. Yes. Look at all these wonderful sailors. Wonderful to have you aboard. Thanks for joining us over there at the... Ooh, CB's daughter now checking in at Pilled Foxhole. Well, I like it. I like it a lot. Good to see you. Shall we go over to, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you, LT. Lieutenant Cooker just comes diving in with a diamond, bringing the lemon love with him. Good to see you. TL Spud in the house, Lieutenant Cooker, Amethyst Cat, St. Nicholas, better known as Sheeple Beware. Val Kimber is in the house. Who else? I know I saw her. Where is she? There's Gloria Paddock. She's going from her clubhouse to her condo. It must be nice. It must be nice to be able to go from your clubhouse to your condo. I'll never know. I'll never know. I've never had a condo. I've never had a clubhouse for that matter. Alex Allen is in the house. Good to see you. Zoot Allures. Bad Zoot is in the house. I know I saw Goddess of the Divine in there. I know I saw her. Lynn Winters, there she is. There she is. Well, this is going to be a fun time. A very fun time. I'm going to check in. I'm going to check in at Rumble because I am rumbling. Trump Mermaid. Trump Mermaid. Miss Tori here. Have a great show. Now I know who you are. Now I know who you are. Oh, for crying out loud. It is a pleasure to see your smiling face, kiddo. That is one of my dearest, oldest friends from my Entertainment Tonight days. Well, you just made my evening. You just made my evening. How wonderful. Shall we check in at Twitch? Checking in at Twitch. Looks like Fiddle D is with us. Andy Social in the house. Very nice. Good to have you guys aboard. Good to have you hanging out on the mystery ship. I need to, yes, we are live. We are live over there. I got a very, I'm so, folks, there's no mystery here when I tell you this. This is the mystery ship, but there is no mystery when I tell you this. You know that I am a technotard, okay? It is a freaking miracle that this show gets up off the ground 3-4 nights a week, whatever it is that I do. I am abysmal at checking direct messages and things of that nature. I just now over at Twitch, I mean, she's stumbling due to the wine. I just now over at Twitch checked my whispers. They have a little thing called whispers, and that's how you send private comments to one another, whether you're both in the chat or whether you want to say something privately to the content creator. Over there on Twitch, they have a thing called whispers. So I open it up for the first time in forever, and I mean forever. And wouldn't you know it, there's like 10 notes from Albert Frederick. And I'm keeping them. I'm never going to trash them. It feels like I can just scroll back and relive our conversations back and forth with one another. Albert is no longer with us. Very sad. Very sad. I feel for his family at Christmas time. I feel for a lot of families at Christmas time. But Christmas is, it is upon us, people. Boy, if you haven't gotten your shopping done, I wish you luck, because I've done fortunately, most of the stuff I've had to do, I've either already gotten, I did some online, some I was able to order and then ship directly to them, so I never even had to, they even wrapped them for me. I did stop and buy a few things, a few places that where wrapping paper is involved, and all of that, and trying to take the advice of some other smarter people than me, saying, don't postpone and have a great big wrapping party. Wrap as you go. Rap as you go, rap as you go. That was the advice over from a caller on Quite Frankly the other night, and I think it is good advice because I got a pile of crap on my desk at work, and it's embarrassing. It's been sitting there. I brought it in with me on Sunday. I had to stop by my trailer and pick up some tools because I worked all day Sunday. And I dropped the stuff off, and I thought, okay, Monday, I'm gonna wrap this stuff. There's a post office right up the street. I'm gonna get this stuff in the mail. I'm gonna be ahead of the game. Here it is, Wednesday night. I still have not mailed a single thing. And it's not that I'm a procrastinator. It's just that time is my enemy. It's my enemy. Oh, I wish I had more of it. I wish there was 60 hours in a day. I really do. Am I streaming on Christmas Eve, asks Montana Free. You know, I was thinking about that on the way home because typically I do stream on the Sunday nights. It's so funny that you asked that question. And I thought to myself, well, I'm going to have my daughters in town, potentially my grandson. Do I really want to do a show on Christmas Eve? And I was thinking, what alternatives do I have? Maybe I could show some really good old, black and white Christmas themed movies. That's kind of the way I'm leaning. I mean, I would drop in occasionally and, introduce the next movie and that kind of thing. But it's up in the air. It's up in the air. Typically, I do stream on Sunday night. And, I mean, for sure, I am streaming on New Year's Eve. That is a given. This will be like the 4th annual New Year's Eve rock and roll-a-thon where we check in on people across the country as it turns 12 midnight in their respective time zones. I'm very excited about this. Very, very excited for New Year's Eve. I'll let you know, Montana. I will let you know. Good to see you, my brother. Hope everything is wonderful in your world up there. Montana's such a beautiful place. My God, it's a beautiful place. All right. Taking one more peek around the horn. All right. Well, Never Jabber is with us. Good to see you. How is it going? Welcome aboard the mystery ship over there at YouTube, Never Jabber. Oh my goodness. Tonight, folks, tonight we're going to be talking about Christmas traditions. And seriously, now this is no fooling. This isn't my show, okay? I just happen to be the guy who pushes the button that says go, right? That says start, stream. It's your show. This is your show. It's our show. We are all sailors on the mystery ship. No one outranks another. I'm going to be planning on hearing your calling in. And I'm telling you, I want to see some of those newer faces. I want to see some of those really, really, really old faces. I want to see people call in and tell some stories tonight because, Lord knows, if you can't tell Christmas stories, man, you got a problem. You've got a problem. I got to work on Monday, and it was a veritable gale storm. Now, I just shared on Sunday night the wonderful experience that was participating in the Lights on Bikes Festival down in the city of Talent, Oregon, where I am currently building my latest project. And the people that I'm building the project for happen to be the ones who put on the event, Lights on Bikes. I guess they sell tickets, they give away free lights, they help people decorate their bikes, and it was a splendid evening, a bit a bit brisk, but once you saw all the lights and all the bikes, you just completely forgot about the weather. It was so exciting and so much fun. And I think I shared, and I'm going to try to, during this next commercial break, I'm going to try to at least share a photo or two to my email that I can call up and share with you so you can see what it was that I was up against. But the company had me go out and buy a beautiful tree. I mean, I mentioned this last week. They wanted $180 for this 12-foot tree. We bought it. I paid cash, so I got a nice little discount. I brought it to work. The girls from the office showed up. They decorated it. It looked like $1 million. We hoisted it up on the forklift high above the job, and it was magnificent. It was magnificent. We ran garland and lights all the way down the fences, both sides. The event was wonderful. But when I got there this Monday morning, it was mayhem. It was absolute freaking mayhem. I drive up, and the first thing I notice is my tree is gone. And I'm thinking, how the hell could someone ascend a 48-foot forklift and steal a tree? Then I realized with the monsoon that we were, it was the kind of wind where you have to kind of stand there and lean into it a little bit. My fences, my gates, all of my signs are flapping in the breeze. The flag on my trailer is just whipping in the wind. The tree blew down, and it was over in the far, far corner of the yard. Still had the lights attached and everything. Crazy. Well, the last thing we had done on Saturday was cover the slab, the freshly poured concrete slab that we just saw cut all the lines in, soaked everything down really well. And there wasn't an insulation blanket left on the slab. Everything had blown off. Everything had blown off. That's the kind of gale force winds we were dealing with, and it never let up. Finally, the next day, things settled down to a bit of a dull roar. It was still windy. Don't kid yourself. It was still very windy. But at least you could talk to one another. You know that kind of wind where when you talk to somebody, the wind actually takes your voice away? It just looks like your mouth is moving, and it was like that. Bizarre. Anyway, we're going to talk about Christmas traditions tonight. I'm going to share a bunch of my own. I'm going to share a bunch of my wonderful Christmas memories, things that mean so very, very much to me. And when I'm done, I'm going to open up the lines, and I'm going to invite you. I'm going to invite you to call in and share some of your Christmas traditions. I want to know what they are. I want to know what.
Why do we sail upon the mystery ship?
We know why we sail upon the mystery ship, because we never know where we'll go next. Seriously, folks, I'm going to be dependent upon you. You. Yes, you. To get off your butts and call into the ship tonight, okay? It's our show. It's not my show, it's our show. But first, a little Mummbabwe. Did I ever tell that joke? Did I ever tell the joke about Mummbabwe? I don't think that I did. Is this the day that I finally tell you about Mummbabwe? You know that I like to use the expression, but first, a little Mummbabwe. Perhaps I will tell it to you. Perhaps I will tell you the joke on the other side of this wonderful message, this is an opportunity for you to have a gaping Zarge, refresh your drink, take out the dog, put out the cat, whatever it is you got to do that voodoo that you do, because we will be back in exactly 2 minutes and change. 2 minutes and change. Are you ready?
Why do we sail upon the mystery ship? 'Cause we never know where we'll go next.
It's that time again, folks, where your brother Zoe gives, declares, shares his great thanks to the people who help support this program in whatever way it is that you help support it, whether it is the electronic donations on the different platforms or sending Brother Zoe a little something in the mail, the surprises I get at my PayPal and the other ways to donate to this program. You may notice that I don't emblazon them on the front screen of my broadcast. It just doesn't feel comfy and groovy to me. But if you really wanted to, you could figure it out. Thanks to all the people who keep this show humming, but one of the best, and seriously, one of the best and easiest ways to support the show is simply to tell a friend about it. A neighbor, a coworker over at the water cooler. Does anybody really have a water cooler at work anymore? I actually do. But we used to have a little mingling place with like a refrigerator. We'd bring in a bag of donuts in the morning. Sometimes I'd stop by the bagel store, buy a couple dozen bagels, bring them in. It was a little gathering point, and it was conveniently located right next to my cubicle in Hollywood. That was That would have been the perfect place to tell someone about the mystery ship. Ah, yes. Your neighbors are Amish? Are they really? Jayla, I learn something new about you every day. You know, it wasn't this year. It was last year when I left Belushi's and was headed eastward. I came across an Amish town, and 3 or 4 times I saw the horse and buggies riding along on my motorcycle. I swear I want to say it was in a piece of the bottom of Michigan or Wisconsin or something. I just clipped the corner of Wisconsin. Prairie Fire could tell me if it was true or not. Father Larry, how are you doing? Good to see you, my friend. Hope everything is wonderful in your world. Saw you briefly last night on Double D's show. Saw you with your Santa Claus hat on. You looked great. You looked great, Father Larry. Folks, that is what, whoa. Lieutenant Cooker donates yet again. He is, he is ascending the ranks. He is now wearing the silver star, the silver crown over there. Thank you, Lieutenant. Let me get that right. Thank you, Lieutenant, very much. Christmas always brings, now, once again, it brings joy to my soul. I shared, I think it was 2 programs ago, the one that I got kicked off of YouTube for. Yeah, I got my first official warning from YouTube. The next time I do something wrong, I get a strike. But they do give you one warning. They're nice enough to give you a warning. And I took that warning right across the bow. Yep. I got slapped. I got slapped by whoever it is now. It's not Susan anymore, whoever the new person is. They slapped me upside the head. They said, even if you're doing a show about Christmas, don't you dare, in fair use, show little clips of Christmas movies and discuss something heavenly. Don't you do it. So I cannot use any music or any copywritten material at all while broadcasting on YouTube, which is a bit of a bummer because I can do it on all of the other channels and they get the short end of the stick because of the governance of one tough joint. Maybe there is some merit to that thing that Frank does where he switches you over. But I know that there are certain people like, oh my goodness, I look up and I see my sister Leah Worth. I got your Christmas card, darling. Thank you so much. You have one coming back at you. How wonderful to see you. Awesome to see you. Perhaps there is some merit to what Frank does, peeling off of all the stations and then finishing the show just on Foxhole. It's he's standing firm on that, and I am impressed. I'm impressed. He's getting people to migrate over. You know, it is it's a beautiful thing for the channel and the platform. Absolutely. My name is Dee. How are you doing? Good to see you. Jayla just received a 1-month subscription from Lieutenant Cooker. He is kicking some ass and taking names over there, Lieutenant is. Wow. Thank you so much, Lieutenant. And it's mighty, mighty kind of you. Mighty kind. But I have to say, you know, it is my earliest memories of Christmas that I believe are the fondest. Growing up a kid in suburban New Jersey, we technically lived in the woods. I'm going to draw you a little map here. I don't know how well I'll do, but I'm going to give it my best effort. Okay? I don't want you to laugh. I don't want you to laugh. So New Jersey is kind of shaped like a kidney bean, right? But it does have a point at the top. So I lived right up here in a little place called North Caldwell. From here, directly east, there is Manhattan, okay, where my dad worked. He had about a half-hour ride into work every day, fighting the traffic and stuff. But we were up in the woods in a little place called North Caldwell. And, you know, my memories of Christmas as a child, it just always seemed like there was 3 feet of snow on the ground. It just always seemed like there was 3 feet of snow. I remember my mom going out and ordering us through the Sears catalog. Now, the Sears catalog. She ordered us. Wait, what happened? What happened to my channel? Where's my channel on DLive? It disappeared. I'm not kidding you. DLive disappeared. Okay. What's going on? I need my people. Come on. Oh, there they are. There they are. Man, I got all worried. I lost my sailors. Lieutenant Cooker is now in first place with the gold crown. Thank you, my dear brother. Thank you for your generosity over there. Val says, how dare you? How dare you? The memories of being a child, my mom ordered through the Sears catalog these mittens. It was a big red mitten, and they came all the way up to just shy of your elbow with a giant zipper. They were screaming red, Santa Claus red. But, you know, as a kid, going outside to play in the snow, building snowmen, dragging your sled, your flexible flyer, you know, building ramps and takeoff points and all that jazz. Snow used to get up your sleeves, and the inside of your jacket would get all wet, and you didn't care. You just stayed out there, and then by the time you went back in after 3-4 hours of playing in the snow, I mean, your hands were purple, your nose was purple, your toes were frozen, and my mother was like, "Oh my goodness, you get frostbite." So she ordered us these special mittens that went all the way up, and then snow never got up my arms in again, and I could play out there. Instead of 4 hours, I'd stay out for 8 hours. I loved playing in the snow. I absolutely adored playing in the snow. It was like the greatest thing ever. Helping my dad to put Christmas lights on our 2-story house was always a lot of fun because I got to climb on the roof. We had 2 roofs. A 2-story house. We had a lower kind of a shed roof that went over the covered front porch, and then around the corner over the part of the den. But then there was the upper roof above all of our bedrooms. My dad would take one ladder, and we would climb up, and he would make me stay on that level, and then he'd take the ladder and go up to the next one, and I would be like undoing the strings and handing him loops as he worked his way across the. My dad liked to put on a light show. He wasn't quite Chevy Chase, but he loved his lights, and he would go ballistic when a light bulb went out. The one thing I remember is, by God, we had the lights looked like you got up there and measured them with a ruler. They were so perfect. He was a mechanical engineer, so, you know, there's that. And the snowmen, the real snowmen. I'm talking about the ones with a carrot for a nose and buttons for eyes. And my mother would give us one of her old scarves that we could put around his neck. And the kids down the street, their grandpa had one of those old stovetop hats. So that was the and then of course 3 barbecue charcoals for the buttons down the front of the belly of the snowman. And the thing was building the biggest snowman. That was the competition in my neighborhood when we were kids. We would build one, and then the neighbor kids would try to build a bigger one, so we would take ours down and roll it around some more and build it bigger. God, it makes me feel like a little kid. It really does. A little kid. Now, damn it, I had that whole break. I went out and I zarged. I did go out and I zarged. And I forgot to send myself the damn pictures so I could share them with you. Let me do this. Son of a gun. Son of a gun. I'd forget my... Give me half a second here, because there's 2 pictures I want to show you. 2 pictures that I want to share with you. That's one. Where's the other one? Where's the good one? Where's the good one? Oh my God, it's so minuscule. It is so minuscule. Okay, that's it. That's it. Okay. I am officially sending them to myself, and then as soon as they make their way to my inbox, I will share them with you, because I want you to see. I want you to see exactly what it is your brother Zoe is up to on the weekends. While you're having a good time, I'm out busting my hump. But back to the beautiful Christmases. Carolers. I have to say, folks, that's something that I didn't find a lot of once I had moved to California. First of all, the lack of snow. That was a big one. The fact that there was no snow at Christmas time or in winter at all, that was a bitter pill to swallow. As a kid, going from the 60s into the 70s, you leave the life that you knew, which was sleds and snowmen and all that good stuff, and you move out west, and all of a sudden it's surfboards and skateboards. It's a whole different world. I do remember one of the first things I remember when I moved to California as a kid is my dad said, "There are no mosquitoes here." And I'm like, what? I mean, that single sentence changed my life, because I am one of those people. I don't know if it's my pheromones or what exactly, but there can be a room of 25 people. You could be having a little cocktail mixer at your house one summer's eve, and I promise you, if there is a mosquito or if the dog happens to bring in some fleas, I attract them like a magnet, like a freaking magnet. You would never have to worry. You could stand around buck naked and the mosquitoes would go after the little 3-inch piece of flesh showing on my neck, okay? I guess I'm sweet. I guess mosquitoes just like me. They love me. I remember my grandmothers at Christmas time. My mom's mother was a very, very classy, very prim and proper lady. Loved the Lord. Absolutely loved the Lord. But she was She was hip. My grandmother on my mother's side was called Nana. That's the British side of things. On my father's Italian side, my grandmother was called Numa. Numa, Numa. Did anybody ever have a Numa? Did anyone out there ever have a Numa? I don't know where they got the name. It's been 64 years, and I have never met anyone else who had a Numa. I don't really know what it means, but that's what she wanted me to call her, and that's what we all called her. My two grandmothers were opposite ends of the spectrum. My little Italian grandmother loved to drink Southern Comfort. She loved to play cards, pinochle, particularly. And I don't really recall, other than, oh, let me tell you, when it came to eating, that woman put on the dog. I mean, she would break out every last pot, pan, whatever. She made enough food to feed 12 families. And basically, I think she just ran her entire repertoire. Whatever, from everything made by hand. Even, all the noodles made by hand. My grandmother was a full-blown Dago, okay? She was a hardcore freaking Dago. Now, my mom's mother, the British one, Janet Jefferson, she was such a loving woman, and I remember her always singing, and she would come over at our house and sit down and play piano, and she could just play beautifully. She would play Christmas carols and all of that, and us kids would sing, and the carolers back east. I remember driving along in the evening with either my mom or my dad, and there would be carolers out on the street. Folks, I'm talking like 1967, 1968, 1969. There would be groups of well-dressed, very warmly dressed carolers just out on the city sidewalk, 10, 12 people singing together, singing wonderful Christmas songs. When I moved to California, I never saw another caroler again. I haven't seen a caroler since. It was very different. I had to adapt. But one thing that was always a very, very, very big deal at our house when it came to Christmas was the tree. Yes, the Christmas tree. I shared a little bit last week about how my dad used to try to teach my brother and I how to save $1 and buy your Christmas trees on the far side of town. God forbid he stopped to think about the gas he was spending, but gas wasn't so much an issue back then. It was, what was it, 39 cents a gallon? Yeah, who cared? Who cared back then? But when we were back east, we would go to these Christmas tree farms where you cut down your own tree. And my dad was very, very particular about his trees. We never had a flocked tree. And I have to say, I always wanted one. The fact that we never, ever, ever had a flocked tree with the fake snow on it made me want one all the more. And I remember asking I think it was my mom, I asked, Mom, can we get a white Christmas tree? No, Albert, no. I'm going to have to ask her why, because I don't remember. But my mother just sent me a picture. She sent me a picture of her Christmas tree. Damn it. I'm going to have to pull that one up. Let me see if I can share this. Let me see if it came through. Let me see if this came through. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Let's open that up. And let's download that. And let's download that. I get to finally share something with you. Finally, I get to share something with you. Dang it. Let me see if I can find my mom's most recent text. There we go. Let's see. Let's see if is that the one? Nope. It's going to be the other email. Okay, so those are downloading. Let me go back. It's going to be on this phone. It's going to be on this phone. And now we got to find Mom. We've got to find Mom. There we go. Mom's cell. Okay. Oh, yeah. There it is, people. This is exactly what I want to share with you. Okay, share via Gmail to Zoso Dude. I have to share this with you. This is like priceless. Okay. Will that one open now? Can I open it up? Yes. Oh, look at this. Oh my goodness, my internet is slower than molasses in January tonight. There it is. There, folks, this right here is the Christmas tree that I dangled from the forklift above my job site. So there's the job site. There's our outer fence. This entire fence is lit up. There, you can barely just see the little light strings. You see them? See them along the top of the fence? And we had, Noel and Joy and all that stuff lit up. But there's the tree. Now, this thing is fully extended at 48 feet. And this tree, it has a big red ribbon on it. It's lit up. You can just kind of barely see the lights on it. But at nighttime, oh my God, it was spectacular. It was spectacular. I think I have a nighttime photo. Hang on. Well, son of a gun. It's refusing to load. And I don't know why. Well, some days are like that. Really? All right. I'll just try to download it again. I don't know. Why does that have to happen? I just want to share something fun. So my mother sent me a photograph, folks. I hope you can see this. This is my mother's Christmas tree. And I'm not kidding you. The balls, all of the ornaments that are on that tree are the same ones that I hung on that tree as a child from the 50s. My mom and dad bought these beautifully ornate. They were made of a type of metal that was, or glass, or whatever they were, but they were breakable. Okay, they were breakable, and it's like every third or fourth year, somehow, some way, no matter how carefully we packed them away, we'd pull out the old brown. This box was so old, the box was 40 years old when I would open it up, and there would be a broken one, and my mother would go, "Oh, not the red one, not the red one." But she still has a heapin' helping of those original. She still has a heapin' helping of the original ornaments, the very same ones that I used to hang on the tree when I was a kid. Now that is saying something. That is freaking saying something. Okay. Boy, the internet is slow tonight. The internet is slow tonight. But what I really wanted to show you. What I really wanted to show you, folks, is this down at the bottom. Down at the bottom of this tree. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it. Yes. Yes, you can. You see that little... Where's a pointer? Do you see this little chain? Do you see this little paper chain right here? Right there. You can see it. It's paper. It's pieces of construction paper that were snipped into pieces like 2 inches wide. And then we used that good old-fashioned paste when I was in kindergarten. Kindergarten! I'm talking 1963. And we made paper chains, one after another, after another. My mother has been putting that chain on her tree this year. This year is the 60th year that she has decorated the tree with the paper chain that I made in kindergarten. I just can't believe it. I'm hoping it calls up. I really do. Because I'd rather show you for real instead of on my phone. We'll see. It might load. It might load. I think that is exciting. That my mother is still using something. There it is. Oh, there it is. Son of a gun. Let's go, baby. Let us bring it. Let's bring it. This is a tradition right here. Okay. Let me move this up. There it is. There, right at the bottom, you see that chain? That little chain right there going around the bottom of the tree. I made that at 4 years old. I can't believe it. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, this one right here, this bulb. I have hung this bulb so many years. I was the guy who hung that. Oh my goodness. And that one over there, that's one of the old ones. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe my mom still has this stuff. Wow. That is crazy. That is crazy cool. You know, I want her to live forever. She'll probably outlive me. That's probably the truth, is my mother will probably outlive me. But if for some strange reason she doesn't, my brother and sister can have the house. Have the house, have the cars, you divvy that stuff up. Give me those Christmas ornaments. I want those ornaments. I want to pass them on to my girls and my grandson so that they can decorate the tree with the same baubles that I used to put on when I was a little kid. That's something that means something to me, you know? Joe Elaine says, I have my great-grandmother's issues on my tree. All the ornaments my parents had and hers. She has your grandpa's nativity set. Wow! That's freaking cool, Joe. That is freaking cool. My name is D says, yes, we do keep everything. And Jayla17 says, moms keep everything. Isn't it true, Jayla? Isn't it exactly true? Oh, Mammy. Wackadoo, how are you doing? Good to see you over there. Great to have you aboard. Great to have you with us. Trumper Maid says, I remember your mama. As well you should, Kim Novak. My dad thought that Trumper Maid looked like Kim Novak. And she does. I want to know tonight when I open up the phones, what are your finest memories of Christmas? Are there certain things that just rain, shine, rain, sleet, hail, no matter what, you are going to get it done at Christmas? Are there some traditions that are so ironclad in your family that it would take an earthquake to not follow through and do what you guys have always done traditionally? I think traditions are wonderful things. Carrying on a family tradition is, it's good for the soul. It really is. Just right now, just looking, I have to show you again, looking at my mother's Christmas tree right here and seeing certain ornaments on there. Like that one right there. Oh my goodness, wait. Where's my cursor, damn it? This one right here. That ornament right there is one of the original 1950s ornaments. Like I said, there was 4 in a box, and the box was old and yellowed. I cannot believe. That ornament right there means more to me than any kind of money or anything. Just give me that ornament so that I can hang it on my tree one day with my grandson, and then maybe he will hand it down to his grandson when I'm nothing but dust and bones. I think family traditions are just beautiful things. Beautiful, beautiful things. My mother would put on a Christmas dinner like nobody's business. Isn't it weird how just thinking about those days, the family sitting all dressed for dinner. For special occasions, we all got dressed for dinner. Shirt, tie, the whole 9 yards. The very special gravy boat with the antique silver spoon all of that stuff. The memories just come flooding back. It's a beautiful thing. It's something I never want to let go of, ever. I never, ever want to let go of those memories. I hope I have them till my dying breath. I shared with you guys, I think it was 2 shows ago, that for like 10 or 12 years, I think it was like 45 to 55, I got a case of the bah humbugs. And at this point in my life, I'm horribly embarrassed to admit it. There was like a 10-year period where I was just so grossed out by the commercialism and the cramming it down your throat and the Black Friday commercials, every other commercial. Doors open at 5 a.m. Get your television set. But I've come full swing. I'm back now. I'm back. And I love it. I love seeing houses lit up. We have in our neighborhood, and by goodness, I'm going to, for Friday night show, I'm going to do some videotaping in my local neighborhood here, and I'm going to show you, we have a Chevy Chase. We have a Chevy Chase in our neighborhood, and every year, this guy, seriously, I don't know how he does it, but every year he outdoes himself. And it just seems like it happens overnight, because 1 minute his yard is all cleaned up and perfect, not a leaf on the lawn. And the next time you drive by, I mean, it looks like you could land helicopters there. He's got the place so lit up. And God bless him. People come from miles away just to see this guy's house. There's another guy. Mrs. Zoe and I noticed him this year. So I live up on top of a mountain. We look down upon the valley from where we're at. I can see the freeway down there. And across the way on the other side of the mountain, on the other side of the freeway, there is some guy. And I don't know who he is, but he must be somebody. I've showed you guys pictures of our trees outside here, how all of our trees have lights wrapped around the trunks and extended out into the branches. And at nighttime, I can light up all of the oak trees in our yard. It's beautiful looking. It really is. It's pretty cool. It's been like that for about 5 years now. So sadly, a few of the lights have come. Some of the strings aren't quite intact anymore. Some of the lights are missing in certain areas. I just need to wait for the day after Christmas and go back to the stores and buy some. Because no kidding, the strings that you're paying $8-9 for today, the day after Christmas, they're $1.50, $1.50. I remember distinctly when I first got my house up here in Oregon. I went the day after Christmas, and I got a late envelope in the mail, too late. It was a surprise. I can't remember what uncle or whoever sent it, but I got $100, $100 that I wasn't planning on. I wasn't counting on. It was like free money. And I went down and I bought 2 shopping bags filled with lights. And I took them and I put them over in the corner of my shop. And I said to myself, next year, I'm going to be Chevy Chase. I'm going to light this place up like it's never been lit up before. And you know what happened the next year? I completely forgot that I had bought those lights. And then I think I did it 2 years in a row. And then one of the years, it was like halfway through the year, summer, or I think it was fall. And I'm back there in the corner of my shop. I'm trying to pull something out, and I glance over, and I see the bags, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got those lights. I've never put them up. So I pulled them out, and I left them prominently displayed on my table saw in my shop. And by God, they went up that year. I think I owned them for 3 years before I finally put them up, but when I lit that place up, I lit us up. I had 4 acres, a postage stamp of 4 acres, and you could define my entire property. The top of my fence was lit all the way around my entire compound. Then I went down the gates and the bushes and the trees and oh my God, the arbors. I went berserk. I loved it. Oh, mammy. Okay. Whoops.
Why do we sail upon...
That is the wrong break. There we go. That's the one we want. Okay. All right. I'm going to give you one more chance. To have a gaping Zarge or fill up your drink. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fill up my drink. And when we come back, I'm going to open up the phones, and I want to know, what are your most wonderful Christmas memories? It could be a present. It could be a certain year when all the members of the family came over. That one year when Grandpa was still alive. Whatever. whatever. I want tonight, when I come back and I turn on the phones, I want to know what is your most single spectacular memory of Christmas. I want you to share it with the other sailors. Surely you have one. I know you do. I'm counting on you. We'll be back immediately following this here break. Right here. Right here.
My fellow citizens, our country is in danger, but not to be despaired of. On you depend the fortunes of America. We, the Americans of today, are ready to act worthy of ourselves, ready to do what must be done to ensure happiness and liberty for ourselves, our children, and our children's children. We are a nation under God, and I believe God intended for us to be free. The crisis we're facing today, it does require, however, our best effort and our willingness to believe in ourselves and to believe in our capacity to perform great deeds, to believe that together, with God's help, we can and will resolve the problems which now confront us. And after all, why shouldn't we believe that? We are Americans.
Don't forget it, baby. Don't forget that. I'm just going to leave that right there. I'm just going to leave that right there because that's how I feel. I do want to thank all of you who go out of your way to keep this channel afloat. Bless you, my friends. Bless you. Just the fact that you come and hang out here means the world to me. Means more to me than anything you could possibly imagine. All right, I'm going to take a second here, and I am going to throw a phone number up on the screen. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. It goes like this. It goes like that. And then I do this. I do that. Then I do this. Let's see if I can do this. Nope. How wrong is wrong? There we go. There we go. If I do that, then I can take this. Whoops. Whoops. What have I done? All right. I'll just leave it like that. That should work. That should work. I think you can read that on your phones at home, right? Can't you? Okay. Once again, thanks to the wonderful people at CenturyLink, and you know I'm being facetious, the phone is up and running. I invite you to call in. I want to know what's like your single greatest Christmas memory. If you could relive a Christmas, if you could relive a single Christmas, what would it be? What is your memory that made it so phenomenal? Welcome aboard the mystery ship, my friend. Who do we have on the line tonight?
You have CB's daughter.
Well, how are you doing, little lady? Great to talk to you.
I just had to call and seeing your mom's ornaments.
Oh, man.
So sweet. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, those are true antiques. I mean, they've got to be 70 years old at this point. My mom and dad got them when they first got married. So, wow. And in fact, if I recall correctly, I think they were a gift from somebody to my mom and dad when they got married. So those things are old.
Wow.
Woo!
That's really neat.
Yeah. They certainly don't make ornaments like that anymore.
Right. Yeah, that's for sure. That is for sure. Well,
Are you going to have a white Christmas there? Are you in Missouri now?
Southeast Missouri. Yep.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. No, we won't. They're calling for 60-degree weather, which is fine by me because
You've had all the white Christmases you ever want.
It's nice to have snow.
Yeah.
I had snow for my wedding day. That's all I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah.
Right. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Last year, we had our first white Christmas in, I want to say something like 15 years. I mean, we get snow, but we get like 3 or 4 dustings here in Southern Oregon, and it's usually, anywhere from 1 inch to 3 inches, and it's gone in 3 days, But last year we got like 6 inches of snow on Christmas Eve. It was wonderful. It was so amazing. So amazing.
Yep, I remember that.
Oh, I was excited.
That.
Any specific traditions that you like to carry on with your family that perhaps have been handed down from your mom and dad or grandparents?
Well, I was trying to think of any, and I don't. The only thing that I remember is certain nights you go here and certain nights you go there.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, we always play board games.
Oh, yeah.
We play cards.
Oh, yeah.
And that's always the fun part of
yeah.
is having everybody together and playing board games.
All the aunts, uncles, and cousins, and a house full of people. Was it more fun for you to go visiting or to host? Do you like hosting the Christmas Eve or something at your house?
No, we always are visiting because Mom always has it, and then my one aunt, she always has it. So you don't dare.
That's awesome.
Tradition like it.
That's great. That's great.
Mad. So, yeah. Until they say, okay, somebody else's turn,
Right.
Then, then I would take it. But my favorite thing is surprising my husband and my boys with what I'm going to come up with for Christmas tree decorations.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm not your traditional person. I had a memory come up on Facebook the other day, and it was of the year that I put a smokestack off of a tractor and all tractor parts on my oldest son's Christmas tree in his room.
You put tractor parts on the tree?
Yeah.
I love it.
coming over the top of it.
I love it.
Then, and my other son, he's a motorcycle nut. So, a friend of mine had this really nice decked out Harley that he wrecked, but he had the back fender off of it. So he let me borrow that back fender, which I put at the base of the tree, and then I decorated it with brake lines and all Harley Davidson parts.
I love it. I love it. That is a.
That's a redneck.
It's a beautiful redneck Christmas. I remember when you sent me pictures of just I think it was when your daughter was getting married and the mud wamping that they were doing.
Yeah.
Oh, the vehicles just I mean caked with 2 inches of mud. I love it. I just love it. Us good old American kids know how to have a good time.
Yeah.
CB, I have to tell you, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, you were my first ever moderator, and you will hold a special place in my heart forever and ever. I really have to come see you on this next year's journey. You were on my list, darling. I was coming to see you had I made it all the way through, but I cherish all the things. Those mugs that you made for us, the ones you hand painted, are, I mean, with the very first broadcast date on the side of it, those mean the world to me. Thank you so very, very much.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to. You'll have to swing by and you barely missed me. Like you're in my neck of the woods. Like when you're in Kentucky, Illinois. You're like right across the river from me.
Oh, for crying out loud!
He was in St. Louis, and I'm like, dude, that's 2 hours from me. I would have drove 2 hours.
Oh my goodness! I will come and find you, my dear. I will come and find you. Now that I know I'm in great health, I will come and find you.
Yep, I got to take your mud.
I wish you and yours the most wonderful Christmas and a happy and healthy New Year, my friend. Thank you for calling.
Love you big.
Take care.
Bye.
CB's daughter right there. Back when I used to have 7 people watching on YouTube, and Duska was the only ornament in my entire background. CB was Armand. A great friend right there. A wonderful friend. Welcome aboard the mystery ship. Who do we have on the line this evening?
It's Prairie Fires, Al. How you doing, brother?
Hey, my man. How's it going, Paul?
Doing well.
All right.
I don't know if y'all want to hear this story. It's a story of just one Christmas.
Sure.
Not one I'd want to relive, actually, but it was still one I carry with me because it was a Christmas get-together involving a crisis, but it was one of those all's well that ends well sort of stories. And this was after all the quote-unquote kids, right, all my siblings and us, we were all grown up.
Right.
And it was, I think this was maybe mid-'90s or so, and, the various siblings had kind of spread out away from the Detroit area, and it was really hard to get a family Christmas together. And even when we did, Mom would go way over the top, right, preparing, and
oh yeah,
all the kids would fret over that she would get so fretful. So we just, all right, let's do one more at Mom's house. It was the one time that all the kids would actually, I was on their schedule. They were going to be able to do it on one day. But we all decided we would do all the work in that. Mom wouldn't have to do anything. And
wow,
that all came together perfectly. All the siblings, all their kids, which meant, the grandkids, it just, everything kind of came together. Even some of the little internal family disputes were set aside. People were feeling good.
How beautiful.
One of the guests or whatever was my middle brother's dog, who, to flash back a few years, he got this dog surreptitiously. He adopted this dog by stealing it.
Okay.
The dog had been tied up outside. This was in Detroit too. So this dog had been tied up in some dude's yard. No life, just lived outside his whole life. And my brother had such a soft spot, he had to do something. hopped the fence and
Adopted the dog.
this dog, the kind of thing people get shot for. Right? And that dog, having that dog actually basically saved my brother's life, because he was a lost soul in many ways. A lot of the stories, a lot of our streamers, right, and some of their exploits and wrong directions their lives took. You name it, my brother had done it. And having that dog and that responsibility and that direction, the best thing that could have happened to him.
That is awesome.
Well, that evening, we're all hanging out, the dog's there, everybody's having fun. Well, the dog has to go, right? So my other brother takes him out for walkies. 5 minutes later, comes running in. Oh, who's been hit by a car?
Oh, no.
Yeah, and it was total, the guy wasn't going too fast. It's just one of those circumstances, all the wrong things happen at the wrong time.
Oh, wow.
And we were like, what are we going to do? He was alive, but it's just screeching in pain and everything. And the big question was, it's this Christmas Eve. What do we
Oh, my God.
Yeah. We found an emergency vet. We just, all right, we'll pay something to, get some x-rays, find out what to do. And, of course, that was the next thing. Is like, well, yeah, they can it was a pretty major leg break. Yeah, they can put a plate in, and I think they ended up taking the plate out later. But, yeah, that would be the procedure. Are we going to do... And the family was in real turmoil about, do we spend this kind of money on a dog? Every time...
Yeah. At Christmas time.
A pet owner faces that kind of expense. It's a reality. I hate it, but it's there. Do you spend that kind of money on an animal? And Mrs. Fire and I were sort of the animal advocates of the family, and we kind of put some pressure on, I got to admit. Like, let's just do this. We'll take up a collection. Let's just do this. Linus needs this dog. Right?
Yeah.
Oops, I just talked to well, he's gone now anyway. But anyway, yeah, he really did need this dog. And so we just decided, even though it was, again, a bit controversial, we decided we're going to do this. And that turned out the best thing we could have done for the both of them. They had another probably 10 years together.
Oh, that is, that is a beautiful ending to that's great. The dog came out on the other end okay, his leg healed up.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Polo was him just again, he was his, talk about man's best friend. He was the textbook example. And by the time we knew things were going to be taken care of, that kind of put a nice chill actually on the evening.
Yeah.
Everybody felt a lot better. It's like, all right, well, we'll deal with the finances later, and everything worked out. Those kind of things.
And I'll bet that your brother bonded even tighter with the dog after that. I mean, the dog probably.
Yes, absolutely. Like a whole nother dimension of bond between the two of them, and that's exactly what he needed for all those years, because that was a rough time for him. He could have gone some very bad directions and did not.
Wow.
So again, it's not exactly Santa on the roof.
I think it's a great Christmas story, brother.
But it's one that I'll never forget.
That is exactly what tonight's program is about. The Christmases, the traditions, the memories that were once in a lifetime, the ones you'll never forget, the ones that you will remember forever and ever.
Yeah. And
really,
I guess in this case, it's probably better that it's once. Right? but that's how some of these memorable moments are. Well, thank you,
Paul.
Thank you for letting me share, man.
Absolutely, man. Great to hear from you, man. Folks, this is Prairie Fire or Mad Pogue, depending on what channel you watch him on. A wonderful friend of the show. Paul, I want to wish you the most Merry Christmas ever, my brother, and a happy and healthy New Year, brother.
Oh, thank you, brother. That means a lot coming from you, I got to say. That means a lot.
We love you around here, man. Thanks so
right
much for being one of the
all of you.
All right, buddy. Take care,
God
my
bless,
friend.
Though.
Take care, my friend. God bless you as well. All right. Our dear brother, Mad Pogue, right there. And, seriously, those one-off Christmases, I have a story to tell like that as well. Kind of a sad Christmas story, but in the end, it came out great. Double D, how are you doing, my brother? Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you,
And
Doing
happy
great.
happy Hanukkah to you as well.
Right. Because we here at the house now, especially with my wife, we celebrate Hanukkah instead of Christmas.
Right.
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, it's fine. Tis the
but
season.
I gotta say,
Tis the season, my friend.
Exactly. But I'll be honest with you, with what Prairie Fire just said, and by the way, CB's daughter, great call.
Oh, yeah.
Prairie Fire, not just dogs, it's cats. And I made sure my cat is still with me. Granted, she's upstairs and I'm downstairs in the living room. But she got hit by a car when I went on a 3-day drill weekend.
Oh, wow.
I didn't find out about that until day 2.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So I was talking with the vets and stuff like that. They were sending me pictures. The only thing that really got busted was her lower jawbone. No, she's fine now.
Was this the one that took a shine to me?
Yep. That very one.
A great cat.
But yeah, my cat was worth it. It cost me $2,000.
I mean, the vets who, they're literally saving a life sometimes. So, it's what's the difference between that and a human? It's this, you love them, the love is unconditional. So, you're going to put a price tag on it. Just can you save her?
Yep. And she's safe. She's still here with me.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Going into Christmas, and I sent you the text message, and I can go into a little bit more detail, but I got to make it as quick as possible so that way we can have some other people call in as well. But Christmas tradition, when my mom was still alive, every Christmas dinner, it was always Louisiana-style seafood gumbo. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And that tradition started when I was a kid. And each year, unfortunately, obviously, with the various different types of seafood you have to buy to put in there to include the beef, the chicken, the hot dogs, the hot links, and all the other stuff that you got in there.
Everything in the kitchen sink in a good gumbo, yeah.
Oh, yeah. My mom started, it started getting a little more expensive. So instead of having it like 4 or 5 times a year, we just started having it for Christmas.
Right.
Well, most of the time that I was gone with the Marine Corps and the Army, never got to have any gumbo.
Oh,
okay.
Man.
So I get back home from Hawaii, 18 October 2010, my very first Christmas. Seafood gumbo. She made a 4-gallon, or no, I'm sorry, no, it was a 5-gallon cauldron. Cost over $500 to make that dish.
Holy cow.
And as she was making it, I was writing down everything that she was doing.
No,
Some of my other siblings would do it. They didn't want to sit in there in the kitchen and watch her do that the entire time.
Oh, man.
But I did it. I have the recipe.
Well, I mean, you are the chef du jour, man.
Yeah. But I still have, ever since my mom passed away, I still have not tried to make that dish.
Well, I think
I'm going to try it.
Well, I think one of these days, man, you need to bust that loose.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to. And, oh, wait. Oh, never mind. I know where it's at. I know where the book is that I wrote it in is.
I was going to say, that's going to be an important part of the puzzle.
Yeah, it is. But the thing is, she could make like an 8-ounce bowl of that and sell that bowl for $25.
It was,
people paid that much for it.
Oh, man. I mean, it was that awesome. Seriously.
Yeah.
if anybody's had the luxury of going through, Louisiana, man, they got some freaking good food down there, and the desserts. I mean, I think of Hush Pup, all the. Oh man, they know how to eat down there.
Yeah. And you don't see very many overly obese people down there in Louisiana, but they know how to eat.
Yeah, they do. They do. Wow.
But I'll tell you what. The last thing I'm going to tell you. Each and every single time my mom made that seafood gumbo, I'd get the biggest bowl in the house. I'd fill it up.
Oh, that's awesome.
I would destroy that bowl within 10 minutes and then go back and refill it.
Looking for more.
Yeah.
That is great.
But, what was it? It was 2011 I did that. I actually went back for third, and my mom slapped me upside the back of the head. Says, "You better let your sisters eat." And I said, "Mom, there's still
save some for the others."
That's how good that stuff was.
Dude, you're making me hungry. You know how long it has been since I had a freaking good gumbo? Holy, I can't even remember. Wow.
Well, trust me, it's been since, unfortunately, since my mom passed away.
Wow.
Which was November 13th, 2013.
So 10 years.
10 years.
Brother, you're due to make that. I want you to let me know when you do. You should shoot a video about it.
It'll be Christmas Hanukkah dinner.
Yeah, there you go.
It is.
Perfect.
So,
perfect.
But yeah, let me go ahead and jump off of here so somebody else can jump in and
absolutely.
enjoy.
My brother, wishing you and your family a wonderful Hanukkah and a happy and healthy New Year, my friend. Always great to talk to you.
It's always great to talk to you as well. And we'll catch you soon.
Very good.
And
you bet.
You as well have a great holiday season with you and the missus and your youngins.
Oh, yeah. They're coming. They're all coming. Right. It's going to be great. Love you, my brother.
Awesome. Love you too. Bye.
Due diligence right there, ladies and gentlemen. Double D. Oh, that's an awesome call right there. I think that's fantastic. Carrying on your mom's tradition when you've got her recipe. Dude, you need to make a video of that. Welcome aboard the mystery ship. Is this Goddess of the Divine? No.
Yes, again.
It's definitely a god of some kind. Starface, is that you?
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Talking earlier.
Indeed. Great to hear from you.
Yeah. I know. I was so surprised. Like, Zozo's calling me? How about that? So, that was like a unexpected surprise. Made my day.
It's all good, my man. I'm sorry, I lag behind sometimes, but I always come through in the end. I do always come through in the end. How's the new digs treating you?
Oh, I love my new park. Man, I just fit right in. The landlord is like really cool. He let me work here, do fix-ups and stuff, and he's paying me.
Did you say that you're actually like on the river?
Yeah, I'm right on the Sacramento River.
Oh, man.
And I can actually look out my window of my RV, and I can see the whitewater.
Oh. Well, Merry Christmas to you.
I know. It's like, wow. Look at me,
That is great, buddy. Congratulations.
And down by the river. No, but back to the subject, I was going to say, there's one story that kind of, stands out in my mind that kind of embarrassing, but,
that's what we're all about here at the Mystery Ship. Share away.
But you'll get a kick out of this one. But it kind of inspired me to start to learn how to write, poetry and stuff like that.
Okay.
But it was back when we were in grade school, In grade school, you always had these projects, as you were growing up, they had the Santa balloon project where you paper mache over a balloon or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that was the third grade project. In fourth grade, you did, I think we got to like fifth grade, and the project was to write a Christmas poem. So it was one of those like, what? Write a poem? How gay? I just wasn't into it. So I waited till the last minute, and then I had to come up with something. So I ran into the library and I grabbed the first book I could read and I could grab, and it was, it just happened to be, twas the night before Christmas. It just happened to be that one, and I had never read that poem before, so I figured, oh, hey, this sounds good. I just kind of changed a few, instead of twas, it was, it was, and just kind of, I just changed a few things and then tried to pass it off as mine. And the teacher saw it right away, and it was like, so you wrote this, right? And I'm all, oh yeah. And she, right in front of the class, she goes ahead and she pulls the book out of the, so it's funny how similar it is to this book right here.
Oh my goodness.
Right in front of the class, and I'm just like, gulp,
Yeah.
So anyway,
Faces,
I was like
30 Shades of Vermilion. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very, very embarrassing, I must say. But it inspired me to learn how to write, because it was something I,
Never get shamed again.
Yeah, it's like, hey, if I'm going to write a poem, I don't care if it's Dr. Seuss, it's going to be one I wrote, it's not going to be something like that, I won't do a Joe Biden,
Oh, man.
Anyway.
Oh, well. Well, that is awesome.
Yeah, other traditions that I kind of remember in Christmas were, just pulling down that dusty old box of ornaments, for my mom.
Oh, yeah.
And setting up the tree and,
Wasn't it fun?
Doing those things.
Sawing off the bottom, an inch off the bottom of the tree, and then getting those old metal, those with the thumb screws in it, getting the tree all set up, and then
the tinsel was fun,
The real tinsel, you'd rub your feet on the carpet, and when you would hold your finger up to it, it would actually pull over and zap you,
That stuff got everywhere.
Oh man, yeah. But it was really metal. It was real metal. It was. Right. I loved those days. I loved that.
Yeah, and doing the Christmas lights, and it was always a neighborhood thing. That outside of the house, there was always that one guy on the block who just outdid everybody. It was the whatever.
Oh man.
But it was fun, and it kind of brought out the tradition of family tradition, and each family has its own kind of flavor of it, and that's the beauty of it.
What's also interesting is when let's say a husband and wife get together, right? They get married. He brings the traditions from his family, and she brings the traditions from hers, and sometimes they're not quite the same. Like some families elected to open Christmas presents on Christmas Eve, and some of them waited until Christmas Day. There's so many different varieties out there that it's.
We opened one on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, that's a especially those are the ones didn't come from Santa. So. Starface, it is great to talk to you, my brother. So glad to chat with you today. I want to, again, I know I did earlier, but I want to wish it to you once again.
Yeah.
I wish you happiness and health in 2024, especially in your brand new place on the river. And my brother, have yourself a very, very Merry Christmas, my friend.
I will, Zoe.
All right, buddy. We'll be talking to you soon.
All right, bro.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye. Starface 15 right there. One of the guys one of the sailors I got to meet on my cross country journey. In fact, was he the very first guy I met? No, he's the second. I met Val first, and he's second. Our brother Spud. I kind of hoped Spud would have a Christmas tale or two. How you doing, brother?
I am doing good. Mrs. Doe. No, I swear I'm not hooking up with your girl. Mrs. Spud asked me to call in, but just before I got the opportunity to, I just learned that a friend of ours has passed. Karen sent me flaccid. Texas grandson just said in the D-Live chat that he had passed. No idea what had happened, but
that who has passed?
Karen sent me flaccid. That was his handle on D-Live.
Okay.
He is a guy we knew going back.
Wow.
From Tron's channel, and that's how I knew him, and through Val and Daddy had young boys. I'm sorry, I was really happy. I have a Christmas miracle story, I swear to God, but then I call up and I just heard this terrible news, so it's hard. It's hard, but God bless saying that. Because everyone is listening, God bless his family and his boys and his wife. That's terrible. I don't even know what happened.
Wow.
Anyway, so Mrs. Spud and I didn't always have the best experiences in life at times.
Okay.
In the early 2000s, when our kids were very young, we were in extreme financial duress. And I mean extreme. Like, I had massive tax liability going back years and corporate stuff, and it was a mess. And we had come upon Christmas. This is like 2002, I believe. 2 or 3. I can't remember exactly which one it was. But we were dead broke. Mrs. was working for a bank, doing training and stuff. And I was working 3 different jobs. I was working as many jobs as I could. I was literally working 20 hours a day. I was just doing everything I could, and we were in the red, like big time. And it was Christmas, and we couldn't afford a tree. Like, this is a Christmas tree was $50-$60.
Yeah.
And I was just like, Mrs., let's just do the Christmas ficus. And I will tell the story of the Christmas ficus. You can actually watch the Christmas ficus. But let's just do a Christmas ficus. I had this fake ficus, and we were just going to put a strand of white lights on it. And I'm doing night manager duties at a coffee shop that 2 of my friends frequent. And they're like, hey, what's going on, Spud? And I'm like, oh, dude, we're just going to do the Christmas ficus this year. You know what? I'm like, no, whatever. We'll be fine. The kids are little, we'll work it out. Dude, like 2 nights later, those 2 guys show up at our house with a Christmas tree and a stand. Like a real Christmas tree, like a beautiful one.
Wow.
And we were just so touched.
Man.
We had some lights and we put them on it, and we were just so blessed. But at the same time, we were still really broke.
Yeah.
And we were sitting around Christmas Eve, and we hadn't bought anything for the kids. No, we didn't have a single gift bought, not a candy cane for the stock. We didn't have anything bought. And we were sitting around talking about what our options were, what we could move around, what we could do, and I had a fucking Discover card. I was like, hey, we can transfer this shit. And I'm like, no, we can't do that. You know, this has got to go.
Yeah, we're already in enough trouble.
This was 2 days later. Some of their friends that were mutual friends of ours that we did theater with had heard about it,
Mm-hmm.
and they went out and, like, by these two girls, Tina and Laura, they were the ones that spearheaded it, but they went out and they bought all these gifts for our kids, like a bunch of gifts for our kids.
Oh, man.
And they showed up at our door, and we were totally not expecting it. And we were just overwhelmed. It was like a Christmas miracle. It was like, you know, it was like
A full-blown miracle. Out of the...
It was a real life.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful life. You know what I mean?
Dude, I can tell by your voice how much this still means to you 20 years later. Wow.
It was incredible, dude, and I'll never forget it. LaDonna and I will never forget that. And we just, you know, just that love of Christmas.
Yeah.
How you can, you know, if you really love, and that's what's missing. You know.
Yeah.
They've driven a wedge between all of us, and that's what we should try to do.
I think
it's try to be love.
What a beautiful story. What a beautiful story, Spud.
Well, it was a true miracle. It was a true, like, I mean, you could make a Hallmark movie out of it.
Yeah.
Just cheaping the shit out of it.
Yeah. Oh, man. Then Frank and his family would watch it on Sunday nights and make fun of it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
All right.
Spud.
Merry Christmas. I mean, there's other stuff I could say, but let other people. I'm kind of destroyed. Love everybody out there. Merry Christmas, my friends and family.
I think you just gave us the perfect blessing for the perfect ending for the show, my friend. That was fantastic. Thank you so much.
Love you so.
Love you,
Merry
my brother.
Christmas. God bless you all.
Yeah, thanks so much, very, very much for your call. Wishing you the best. Wishing you and Mrs. Spud the very best. Our dear brother, TL right there. TL Spud, another original sailor. I mean, back when there was 5 people watching, Spud was one of them. We love him around here. Well, I think it has been a very interesting and wonderful show about Christmas traditions and the like. We got time for another call. Let's grab this one. Welcome aboard the mystery ship. Who do I have on the line tonight?
Well, this is Mech Druid.
Who?
Mech Druid.
Oh yeah, Mech Druid. How are you doing, my man? Thanks for your call.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm an occasional listener, but I do enjoy your show, and I do like hearing your voice. You really do have a great voice for this sort of thing.
Thank you kindly, man. I appreciate that. What?
Well, basically, I have sort of an unusual Christmas memory that basically when I'm from about 15 for about 8 to 10 years, I worked as a roadie for a band.
Mm-hmm.
So I graduated high school in 79, and Christmas of 79, it was Christmas Eve, and the band was playing a Christmas party for the Chicago outfit in San Diego.
Okay. Nice neck of the woods to be in at Christmas time.
Yeah. So, you know, because I live in San Diego, and so the band is going to play there, and I'm the one who sets up and tears down the band and that. And so the boss of the outfit, he basically says, you know, I need you to set up, you know, through this one real narrow door rather than through the main door that we would normally set up in that room of the hotel where they were having their party. And he said, I need you to do it in half an hour. And I said, yeah, I can do that. I said, no problem. So he was real happy that I was, willing to do that. Well, it was a very narrow door. I couldn't get the cart through that I would normally carry the gear in.
Oh.
So I basically parked the cart near the door of the stage where I was going in, and I just carried the gear in. Well, I set the whole thing up in 15 minutes.
Are you
So I
kidding?
not only did it through the door that narrow door that he wanted me to go through, but I did it in half the time he asked me to do it.
Wow.
And this is Christmas Eve, and so I just finished that, and he was coming over to thank me with some of his Guidos, because, he thought I was a stand-up guy and all that. And this guest at the hotel didn't like the fact that I was coming back and forth with the cart with all the instruments and stuff, the speakers and all the sound system and all that. And so this hotel guest gets in my face, and I'm like, hey, look, I'm just doing my job, sir. They asked me to do it this way, and that's why I'm doing it. And this guy is just getting really in my grill, and I'm like, wow, this is completely uncalled for, and the concierge is trying to come over to help. Well, the mob boss and the two of his Guidos see this, and they come up and they say, is this man bothering you? And I said, well, he's, giving me problems. I'm telling him I'm just trying to do my job. And he says, don't worry, I'll take care of it. So he and his two Guidos basically tower this guy all the way into the elevator. And so this guy, didn't realize who they were. And so he got to ride up the elevator with the two Guidos, basically stare at him. They didn't do anything to him, but they just intimidated the life out of him.
I thought you were going to share one of those Led Zeppelin Peter Grant stories, where they beat the crap out of the guy in the back room.
No, they just intimidated him. They just belly fucked him and just cowed him.
And yeah.
So about half an hour later, he came back and apologized.
Wow.
And because the concierge had gone up and explained to him what those guys were. And he said, if I'd known those guys were who they were, I would have never done that. I'm sorry. The concierge smoothed it over.
Oh, man.
Which is the concierge job. But, so there was a famous prime rib place that was part of the hotel. And so the mob boss, came back, on break halfway through the show that they were doing for the party. And he says, here, I want to do something for you for Christmas. And so he takes me over to the restaurant, and he picked out the best heart of prime rib cut they had. It was a 3-pound piece of heart of prime rib, and bought the dinner for me. And absolutely, I have never had better prime rib in my life.
Oh, yeah.
So I ate half of it, and I took the other half home for my parents to share it. And so I'm stuffed to the gills with prime rib at this point. And it turns out a girl I went to high school with, because I just graduated high school that summer, was a waitress there. And she comes over and says, you know who that guy is? And she does, indication like, bent nose, indicate mafia. And I said, yeah, I know who he is. He's the boss of these guys. And so she's like, and he bought you dinner? Yeah. I told her what happened, and she's like, looking at me like, who are you? Went to high school with me. And she's like, what? Whatever. And he referred to me as an associate, and so did the other mobsters.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And so before I left that night, he gave me a tip. Now, normally might get $25, $50 on a holiday tip.
Yeah, that'd be damn nice,
Right. And I know with the mob guys, usually I get like $100 or $200. That year, he gave me $500 plus that prime rib dinner.
In the 70s? Dude, that'd be like, $3,000 today. Holy crap. Wow.
I mean, I got more than the whole band made for that job.
My God. That is awesome. That is.
And it was so great. So there's one little addendum to this story I wanted to give before I go. years later, about 15, 20 years later, I'm in Vegas for a computer convention, and I'm staying at the Golden Nugget Hotel. Well, as it turns out, one of the former mob guys that was part of the outfit was the pit boss at the casino. And so I'm walking by him, and he looks at me and says, "Hey, San Diego." And I said, "Yeah." He said, You're the associate from San Diego."
The associate.
At that moment he said that, the whole casino went stock still quiet. You could have heard a pin drop.
Oh, man.
Because all the staff knew he was former mob. So when he called me associate,
Yeah.
everybody's ears perked up.
That is an awesome story. What a title, too. What a title to have. Oh, that's great.
And it's funny, I ran into a few other former guys from the outfit, and they referred to me the same way. They call me, San Diego, or the associate from San Diego.
The associate.
If anybody was nearby and they'd hear that, they'd be looking at me like, "What the heck?"
The associate. I love that, man. Mech Druid. That's a very cool Christmas story. Very, very cool.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad you called in and shared it, man. It's great to have you call into the show. Brother, don't be a stranger, man. I bet. I typically see you sometimes on Saturdays, right, during the rock show. Yeah,
I'm usually on due diligence, or sometimes I'm listening to your show, on the rock shows. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, hey, man, it is great to talk to you. Thanks very much for calling in, dude. I want to wish you.
Thank you, dude. You have a good night and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you as well, my friend. Have a good one.
Bye.
Take care. Well, Mech Druid with a very interesting story right there. Pretty cool stuff. It's nice to have friends in high places. Doesn't happen very often. Doesn't happen a whole heck of a lot. We are, we're running a couple of minutes over, but never too much to release the scratchin' or the lemon. So let me do just that. I want to thank the wonderful people over at Pilled Foxhole who donated tonight to this program. Thank you all. Wow, Sean Joe, Due Diligence, Starface, Sigurd, my dear brother, Girl Patriot, dropping the shades, Doodah man, good to see you, Doodah. Sigurd again, Due Diligence. That's awesome. That is awesome. Thank you guys. Over here in Lemonland, we have had quite a freaking run of lemons tonight. I mean, I'm swimming in lemonade. Thank you all. Thank you all so very, very much for your generous donations to the show tonight. Allow me to put a little something in your Christmas tree. Let me stuff your stocking right now. I'm going to stuff your stocking. Let's do this. How about that right there? And I am going to turn that loose. I'm going to turn that loose on you guys right now. There we go. We are hereby distributing the rewards over there in Lemonland. It's coming at you. It is coming at you. I can tell. It is. Any minute. We're going to see who the hot winners are. Red hot winners. Oh, come on. Where is it? Show me the list of winners now. There we go. What do you mean no winners this time? Okay, wait a minute. There we go. My name is D, sitting on top of the world there. Lieutenant Cooker. T.L. Spud. Val Kimber. Jayla, 17. Congratulations, friends. Congratulations over there on D Live. I'm glad you got your just desserts. Whoops, we want to go that way. We can see the General Lee. We can see Duska, and we can see just a corner of Libby. Libby is kind of parked off to the side right now. Folks, seriously, I freaking love each and every one of you. Thank you for calling in tonight. Your stories were wonderful. This is just a very, very special time of year. Take a moment to look around you when you're out and about. You can tell when someone is in need. If you can do something to help them out or change someone's life, do so. You'd be amazed. You'd be amazed at the rewards when you least expect it. Think of Spud's wonderful story tonight. That is, if that isn't the very essence of Christmas, I just don't know what is. I have nothing quite as wonderful as Spud's, but in December of 1990, I had just purchased earlier that summer, I had just purchased my very first house. It was a teeny tiny little 900 square foot little cottage in the woods. And it caught on fire 2 weeks before Christmas and burned to the ground. I had one of those, those 4-foot plastic Santas, that light up like from the 60s, from the 50s even. I had climbed up on my roof and tied it to the chimney, and he was all melted down the side of the chimney. I mean, the house burned flat to the ground, all the way down to the bottom plate. There was nothing left but ash. And about 15 minutes into the blaze, when I realized, oh my God, we're not going to be able to put this out, that's when the firemen showed up, and it was the night of their annual Christmas party, and about 14 drunken firemen piled out of a fire engine in absolutely no condition to fight a fire. Not even close. There was, I think, one sober person amongst them, and that guy donned his equipment. He went into that literally raging inferno. He smashed out the front window of our house, and he grabbed all the Christmas presents that were under the tree, and he threw them out into the snow of the front yard so that the presents were saved. And then he wandered back into our bedroom, and he found my wife's jewelry box, and he pulled that out and gave it to her. And when he came out, his helmet had melted down to about, that is a Christmas that I will never, ever forget. Miracles do happen at Christmas, people. You just have to, just look for the good in them. I bid each and every one of you a very, very Merry Christmas. I look to see you Friday night. Look for me Friday night. I'll be looking for you. I will be looking for you. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out on the mystery ship tonight. I wonder if I hit the scratch and if I might get a gold pill. Doesn't look that way. Why is it I never win gold pills on my own program? Why is that? I don't know. I just don't know. All right, folks, we're getting out of here. Nope, 0 for 2. That means it's not happening, Zoe. It's not happening. All right, I'm going to do this. Right here. Gentle, relaxing sound waves in the background. Thank you, everyone, over at YouTube, Mud Rabbit. Great to see you. Norma Williams, I saw you snuck in. Nice to see you. R. Charlie, Andy Social. Great to have you aboard over there, my friends. Thanks for hanging out with us. The beautiful family at Pilled Foxhole, I freaking love you. Sigurd and Starface Beach, watching your mailboxes. You're going to see a little something, something. You're going to be seeing a little something, something. Thank you to the mods. You mods are extraordinary. I don't know where I would be without you. Each and every one of you. Thank you so much for what you do for me and for this program. I freaking love y'all. Love you all. D-Livers, you're rock stars. Syllabor, great to see you. Great. Deus Volt, good to have you aboard. Oh my goodness. Kitty, so many wonderful friends. So many wonderful friends hanging out. It has been a pleasure cruise. It has been a pleasure cruise. Thanks to all the great people who called in tonight. Wonderful to hear all of your stories. Wow. Wow. All right, friends. We'll see you Friday. Take care. Have a great rest of your week. And we'll leave the light on for you. I'm Tom Bodett. I'm kidding. This is Zoso Dude. And you've just finished your cruise on the Mystery Ship. Good night, everyone.